Hello, hello, everyone. This is Melissa from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to my Tuesday night live video. It is Tuesday, November 1st, or Christmas 1st, as I like to refer to today. Welcome to this week. We are going to feature the Decorated with Happiness bundle. I'm just going to talk for a little bit to let people jump on. Hey, Lori. Woohoo. I can see Facebook comments today. Hey, Keisha. Last week, if you did not catch me live, Facebook was, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if they changed something or whatnot. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Mom. But they somehow comments were blocked. So I couldn't see Facebook comments while I was live, but today I can. The only thing that I can't see is my own face. So it's funny because I use a phone to film my face and it's just showing me a black screen. But when I look up there at my laptop, so you can see my eyes kind of go to the corner, I can tell that I'm on because I can see myself there. So if I look up a bit more today, that's why. Because usually I use my phone, which is straight in front of my face. I use it to check to make sure everything's in frame with my hand. So hopefully I can still do that. But welcome everybody. It is Tuesday, November 1st. I can't believe it, but here we are. We're in the final 2 months of the year. And this means if you have not started your Christmas cards, you need to. Okay, because nobody wants to be doing it last minute in December. Or at least I don't. So this week we are using the Decorated with Happiness bundle. I absolutely love this bundle so much that I actually also made it a stamp camp. So everyone who, Christmas first, absolutely, Keisha. Everyone who registered for my stamp camp, they will be getting 10 more projects with this bundle. I almost said suite. It's not a suite, just a bundle, but it's so good. It should be a suite. But they will be getting 10 more project ideas with it during my stamp camp, which is on which is on Friday night. So I do still have a couple of spots open for stamp camp. Let me just show you this real quick. So I have a couple of spots open because I cut extra kits. So all I have available are stamp camp. You can't get the add-on class and things like that right now because I didn't cut any extras. But if you are interested in registering for stamp camp and you missed it, I got some extra kits. You can see there's a sneak peek at the projects. I'm going to show them later on as well. But I'm going to do that at the end of the video, just in case anybody who is registered for stamp camp, if they don't want to see them, then they can leave. But we'll do that at the end. So if you want in, you have to email me ASAP so I can get you a spot. If you would like to join us just virtually, I also have a spot available for that. So if you want the physical kit, it is $69. It will ship on Monday, November 7th. So that is after the stamp camp. The reason for that is because there's some extra things that need to go in the kit that I still would have to order from Stampin' Up, but under policy, I am not allowed to have those items on hand. So I have to wait until you order it to order them from Stampin' Up. So yeah, we've got that. And then the virtual only option includes the PDF and the live video, which again is on Friday night. If you can't join live, that's totally fine. The replay is available as well. And let's see, that's $30 to join us online. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to flip my camera down and hope that I can see everything all good. I'm just glad I can see both Facebook and YouTube comments. So I still can't see my face, but now I can see my view with my hands. So that's at least good. But Decorated with Happiness is in the mini catalog. So let's flip to page 27 and let's check it out. So here's the bundle. Oh, I love it so much. So it's a photopolymer. You can see in today's 3 cards, we are using almost every single stamp except those 3. And we are using a bunch of the dies too, but I did go ahead and do all of my die cutting beforehand. I just like to do that because it makes the video a little bit quicker. And then also I have my team meeting tonight. And so I want to make sure that I am not late. All right. So I'm going to show you the cards that I have already posted or shared with this bundle. So here's the first one. I shared this one yesterday, and it is actually one of my Stamp Camp projects, but in different colors. It's also the card I'm going to be bringing with me to On Stage next week, which is a demonstrator only event. Super exciting, but I did not show this on my blog. So when you open it, you see the sentiment is actually up here because this is a little pocket for money or a gift card or something like that. So Stamp Camp attendees will get all the measurements and be able to know how to make this and make a really fun one. So that's the first card that I shared this week. And then the second card that I shared today is this super fun one. This is also part of my weekly Create and Color Challenge. So make sure you go and check that out. Thanks, Alicia. And I came up with it all on my own. I came up with all the measurements by myself. That's always fun for me when I can come up with a fun fold all by myself. That's good. This one is for my create and color challenge. And also, sorry, you can totally see the sun shining on my face. It's right there through the window. So hopefully it goes down and doesn't blind me. But check that out for the next few weeks. Probably we'll be using some of these reds and greens because we're getting ready for Christmas. So we've got evening evergreen, shaded spruce, cherry cobbler, and sweet sorbet this week. And I love this one too because I just stamped that evergreen as the background and then used those two little dies to make a mistletoe. How cute is that? Thanks, Barb, and thanks, Lori. So that was the card I shared today. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look at the next 3 cards that will go up on my blog Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week, but they're also part of my weekly class to go. So if you like today's cards, you are more than welcome to place an order in my online store to get the card kits for free. So you head to shop.stampwithmelissa.com. That's that banner right here where my finger's pointing, and then type in this host code when you check out. Orders of $35 or more will get all 6 card kits for free. And orders of $50 or more will get the 6 card kits. And I'm going to try not to make them fall. Oh, that was real bad of me. That was me trying to make them not fall. I'll show them this way. The Jingle Bell Trinkets. You'll get a whole pack of these. You can see I am low. And this is probably my 6th or 7th package of these that I've gone through because I love them. We had some Jingle Bells a few years ago, but they were not flat. And so they did not mail very well. Look at how flat those are. These mail perfect. They are so nice. And I love them. Oh, I did not get any of my scissors ready, things like that. So I was a little late today because we were eating dinner. Since I have my team meeting tonight, I needed to eat dinner before I went live because I don't have time in between the live and the meeting. And then a package showed up for me. And so then I got excited because, Happy Meal. Anyway, let's go ahead. We're going to start on the first card. So here's our first card, Pretty in Pink for Christmas. I love it. I don't know if you guys like non-traditional Christmas colors, but I do. And so I like the traditional Christmas colors too. I like them both. So let's take a look. This week in this card kit, you'll get a polished pink card base, a piece of the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. So here's the other side. And, I think, Lori, you sent me a message earlier today that I have not responded to yet because I just said celebrate. And I think your message said celebrate, but I did not read the whole thing. I promise I'll get back to you. You'll have a layer of basic white, another layer of basic white that was embossed with the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder. You'll also have this already die cut for you. This is a label from the Pretty Pillow Box die set. So you can see it's got some stitched little dots in there. I love it. So we're going to use that for the label. So that will come already die cut for you. But then you will also have a piece of basic white to go ahead and stamp and die cut out your 3 ornaments. Okay. So like I said, I did the die cutting beforehand. You'll want to do that probably after you stamp. And then you'll also have a little piece of the polished pink ribbon. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start again with assembly. So I'm going to add some seal to the back of my designer series paper and get this layered onto the card base here. I just love it. I think that pink Christmas is so beautiful. Like Alicia agrees with me. She said she loves pink Christmas. I know, I do too. And then let's go ahead. We'll take our Merry Melody piece and add some seal because this is embossed. You want to remember, add lots of adhesive. Okay. And while we do this, because I'm going to get this assembled, then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this and pop this up. I want to hear about your Halloweens. How was everybody's Halloween? Alicia, I saw your number of how many trick-or-treaters you have. I'll let you put it in the comments, but whoa. Alicia had a lot of trick-or-treaters. We had, I don't know how many we had, maybe 50? That might be a little high. I don't know. Somewhere around there, I would say. And then my niece and nephew came over. They come over and then we go to the neighbors, just a couple of neighbors' houses. Yeah, there it is. Alicia said 447 trick-or-treaters at her house. Like, can you even believe that? How do you even plan for candy? Did you have any candy left over? How do you plan for that? I know last year you were in the 300s, weren't you? So you got quite a bit more, although it's been very beautiful in Minnesota. So maybe the warm weather people came out or stayed out longer. Yeah, and Alicia said it was awesome. I know Halloween is her favorite holiday. That's just insane. 14 for Mary. Okay. See, that's more like realistic for me, I think. That's about as much as I can handle. Then I want to close the door and eat the candy myself. You have to take out a loan for candy. Yeah, true. That is funny, Lori. 1,100 pieces of candy is what Alicia had, and they had a little bit left over. Did you eventually, Alicia, close shop? Like, did you turn the lights off and you were like, okay, we're done? Or did you just wait until like nobody came? Because we wait about, I don't know, maybe 15 or so minutes in between, like, not getting a trick-or-treater, then we shut the lights off. So we have a bit of candy still left, maybe like a third or a quarter of it. Okay, so you can see I stamped that sentiment in polished pink onto my label. And then I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping here. So I've got Orchid Oasis, and we are going to stamp this fun little ornament here. You can see that at 10 o'clock. Wow, Alicia, that's insane. So Alicia said they shut the light off at 10 o'clock. That is crazy. I think our light was off by like 8 for sure. Yeah, true, Lori. Yep. Oh, yeah. But my mom noticed that actually a lot of kids, they were talking about all the nasty, scary things that people were doing to their candy and all the things to watch out for, right? Not to make anybody worried. But my mom said she did see several kids who would take the candy and then bring it back to their parents. Like their parents were inspecting it, or maybe they were eating it. I don't know. Hey, Kathleen, welcome. All right, so I've got Pool Party now to do this ornament here. And then we'll go ahead and you can see that this stamp set has these fun filler images, and they don't fill it in perfectly. They're supposed to look a little whimsical, a little Seuss-ish. I think they look like Dr. Seuss. And they don't fill in the image exactly perfect, right? They leave a little bit, but I think that's kind of a fun way to color. But I did Orchid Oasis and then Pool Party, and now we're going to do Mossy Meadow because I thought these colors were like pretty fun. So Kathleen, you had 80. Oh, that's a good number. Oh, come on. I think my Mossy Meadow needs to be re-inked. We're going to just go with it for today. All right, so let's stamp that down. And then we'll go ahead and do that filler image as well. Okay. So what kind of candy do you guys give out? Or what kind of candy? Yeah, let me start there. What kind of candy do you guys give out for Halloween? Tell me that first, then I have a follow-up question. Okay, so let's go ahead. While I am waiting for you to respond, let me flip these guys over. We're going to put some dimensionals on the back of them, of course. And I might be like a little bit, what is the word? Stringent? I don't know. You know what I mean? I might not put very many dimensionals on because I don't feel like cutting them down. You could use mini dimensionals as well. Those would work great. Let's start with this Pool Party one because I know he's going to go right about there-ish. And then we'll stick these down. And I'm sticking this Orchid Oasis one a little bit off because I thought it looked cool. Okay, chocolate, like Snickers and Reese's. Okay, and peanut butter cups and Three Musketeers. Okay, so you guys have like good candy. So what Halloween candy is your favorite? Like, if you pulled your mom tax or your aunt tax like I do, what do you go for? Kathleen had a mixture of mini Snickers, Milky Way, and Twix. That sounds good. Let's see here. I'm going to put some seal on the back of this one. We're not going to pop this one up on dimensionals. Yeah, that sounds good. So my favorite candy, well, actually, I kind of have two answers. So my favorite candy that's like readily accessible, I guess, is white chocolate peanut butter cups. So white chocolate Reese's, like the ghosts, right? Here, let's see. Oh, 1,000 grand. That's what Mary goes for. Alicia goes for the Reese's. Oh, the cups are the pumpkins. Kathleen goes for Snickers. Oh, Laura, you don't have any trick-or-treaters. Well, lucky for you, you get to eat the Reese's peanut butter cups. Yeah, and Keisha said she can't eat sweet stuff as much, so they go with chocolates, Snickers, M&Ms, but she'd rather have Swedish berries and Starburst. Ooh, Starburst are good. Oh, Kathleen passed out dog treats too. Okay, what was I saying before that? Oh, my favorite are the white chocolate, like the ghosts. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. First, let me show you. This is card number 1. What do you guys think of card number 1? It's really, really fun to put this one together. And I love that you can change up those ornaments to whatever colors you want to. Whoops. And then I just dropped it. Don't worry. I picked it up. So my favorite kind of candy that is not, I can never, ever find is O. Henry. I can never, ever find O. Henry bars, but those are my favorite. So I just resort now when people ask me, I always just say Reese's because you can find those. Thank you guys. Oh, Kathleen gets 6 dogs every year. That's awesome. Okay, so here is card number 2. This one is inspired by Cindy Schuster. I saw it on Instagram and I loved it. So yeah. Oh, Lori said, okay, Lori won one of the mystery night prizes. She said she instantly ate a Reese's. I don't blame you. All right, so we've got a Mossy Meadow card base. We've got a piece of DSP. This is from the Bows of Holly designer series paper. You will have a pool party piece here, and I actually punched the ends. I think it's now I'm gonna forget what it's called. One of my demo friends helped me out. It's that triple punch. I think it's is it just called the trio punch? It's from the Very Best Occasions bundle. I know that. But this is a very detailed trio punch. I don't know. Somebody will help me out and put it in the comments, please. But I punched these out for you, and I actually noticed I did not flip them right. So the corners are all a little different, but I like it. So you'll also have a piece of basic white to die cut out 2 of the evergreen leaves. Very Best Trio. Thank you, Alicia. I knew I was close. I don't know that that's one of the ones I said, but I knew I said something like it. And then you will have a piece of the gold trim from Simply Elegant Trim Pack that comes with silver too. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are going to, let's start with assembling again because that's just what I like to do. So this card, you are going to need to heat emboss your sentiment. Unless you don't want to, then I guess you could swap it out for something else. But we are going to today heat emboss our sentiment, which is not something we have done in a while on one of our classes. So we are definitely going to have fun with that. All right, so let's go ahead. I added that DSP. We'll fold and burnish our card. Then let's go ahead. We're going to bring in that messy scrap paper. This one's getting so bad, you guys. I think I might have to get rid of it soon. At least it's not ripping apart, right? I'm going to start with this pool party piece and grab my pool party ink. We're going to open that up, and then I'm going to grab my blue, my light blue blending brush, and we're going to go ahead, pick up some ink, and I'm just going to kind of color like this bottom swoosh and under, okay? So we're not going to go too crazy. I just wanted it to be a little bit darker. So we'll go ahead and blend that. Okay. And like I said, you don't have to go too dark, just enough where you can tell that it has some blended color on it. Okay. All right. So let's just work on that. And then good enough. I think you can tell that it's a little ombre there, right? And I focused really in that corner and worked my way out from the corner, not like the whole bottom. So, because we are going to put the sentiment over on the right-hand side, okay? So let me put that away. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my heat embossing stuff. Now I've got my embossing buddy here. This helps to remove any static from your paper so that your embossing powder sticks only where you want it to. So we're going to go ahead and just add some embossing powder down there. Let me put that away. Pull out my drawer so I can put things like away for real in their correct drawer. Hey, Margaret, welcome. All right, so throw that in there, and then I've got my stamp that says Christmas greetings. Grab our Versamark ink pad and ink up that Christmas greetings, and then we'll go ahead and stamp it down. I love that this set is photopolymer. Okay, we've got that. We'll close up the Versamark. So Versamark is pretty much just like sticky ink. So you can't see it right now, but you will be able to in a second. And then we will grab, this is my white embossing powder, and I've got a little spoon, and I use this spoon for all of my embossing powders. And then we'll go ahead, put that on, and tap, tap, tap to shake off the rest. Okay, I did get some over here because I don't know that I put my embossing buddy there. So I'm just going to flick that off with my finger. Be careful not to go in there. Okay, close that up. And now you're going to hear a loud noise like a hairdryer, and I will not talk during it. Okay, maybe I will. Hopefully you can still hear me. But I'm going to let this get warm, and then we're going to heat emboss this, and I'm going to show you what that does, okay? All right, so let's do it. This is my heat tool. How about that? I know I said I wasn't going to talk, then I did. But that was my heat tool. So you can see I just went underneath and heated up that embossing powder, and it actually melted right onto the Versamark. Now I do let this sit for a second before I do anything with it. I've never had mine smudge, but I have heard other people have experienced that, and I definitely don't want to experience that. So I'm just going to let it sit for a second while we work on our evergreen. So now I'm going to pull out my Mossy Meadow ink pad, because that matches our card base. We will pull out our dark green or our green blending brush. And this one's a little trickier because this is so thin. I just want to put some of this color on the top part of my leaves. So you really have to be very light-handed and gentle with this because this stem is going to want to move on you. Oh, funny. Okay, Lori says that that new heat tool is so quiet. And sometimes when I do videos and I use the heat tool, it does like noise reduction on it, so it actually makes it sound quieter, and then if I talk you can hear me, but I'm just never sure if that actually is happening or not, so I wanted to try not to say anything too important while it was on. So all right, we've got some green on our evergreens. We can go ahead and move that out of the way, and then I'm going to go ahead, flip this over, and add some dimensionals to the back. And we'll go in the corners and one in the middle. Peel off the backings. My cardstock is a little bit warped because I didn't let the heat tool get fully warmed up before I took it to the paper, but that's okay. Then we'll go ahead and stick that right in the middle of our card, okay? And then I'm going to use my liquid glue. Now, if you have adhesive sheets, they work wonders with this set because look at how tiny that is. But we're going to use some liquid glue because I did not use adhesive sheets. All right, so let's go ahead and just attach a little bit of glue to our leaves. And we will stick these down onto our card. So I'm going to have one going over here, kind of to the right. Okay, pick up the other one. Add some glue, and we'll have this one stick more like straight down-ish so that you can really see them. Okay, then my trick for you is if you take one of your larger blocks, you can set it on top and then kind of like push it down, and that way you don't move the pieces or like, you know, get them to kind of move with you, if that makes sense. So this is just a nice way to just put some extra reinforcement on that so that it sticks down without you like moving it. Okay, so then I'm going to grab my snips and I'm just going to snip off the top of these. Okay, just wherever you feel like it. On this one I did it right above where they met, but on this one they meet a little lower, so you just do what you need to do. Okay, hey Laura, welcome. Why the paper worked? So because I took heat to it, and it was like too early, so the heat gun had to be on it a little bit longer, or the heat tool had to be on it a little longer, so it just kind of like made the cardstock warp a little. So, all right. So I have a Jingle Bell trinket here. I strung it through on my twine, and we're going to go ahead and tie a bow. Okay, so we've got our knot around there. Hopefully you are confident tying bows. Yeah, Lori, I hope that made sense. It's kind of one of those things where it's like easier to understand and not to explain. I don't know. I don't get all of the molecule things. I have a degree in math, not science. But yeah, it's got to do with the fact that like the heat was on there for a long time. Oh, that bow did not stay. Okay, hold on. We got to try that again. Might have to double knot it because it wanted to come untied. So let's try it again. Okay, so there's one, and that one looks a lot like it's going to stay a lot better than the other one did. So I think I tied the other one too loose. Okay, so I'm still going to use a glue dot because these are perfect for our Jingle Bell trinkets. They fit right on the back. And peel that off. And then we are going to attach it up where our evergreen meets. Oh, this totally came untied now. I spoke too soon. Okay, hold on. Let's do it like that. Boom. There we go. There's card number 2. Isn't that one fun also? So these cards, I really love them because they're a little bit more advanced. There's some fun techniques in them, but they're not overly complicated. So they're easy to duplicate. Thanks, Mom. All right, let's go on to our final card for today, which is this one. So you can see we've got the 3 different kind of looks here. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. So we've got 3 different looks here with the stamp set. We've got just the dies, we've got just the stamps, and then we've got a mix here. And I just love the look of that. So let's go ahead. We'll do this card next. Clean and simple final card for today. Let me put this envelope away. And then we have got a basic white, thick basic white card base, a basic white layer, another basic white layer, another piece of that Celebrate Everything Host Designer Series paper. Thanks, Alicia. So this is super fun. I love the ornament pattern because it matches. We've got a polished pink layer, a basic white layer that we're going to do our stamping on. So I'm going to keep that off to the side. You're going to have a basic white square for your sentiment, a granny apple green square. Oh, good. Oh, I'm an enabler. Alicia said, okay, you might have convinced me to get this. You're going to have a piece of vellum. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. It is a little bit of fussy cutting, but it's way easier, I promise. Lori, it's because I can't pick. I'll have to decide at the end of this one, and hopefully I remember to tell you. You'll have a piece of Pool Party to die cut out this beautiful ornament. You can die cut out any of the ornaments that you like. This is just my favorite one, so that's the one I wanted, the bell. And then you're going to have a piece of basic white to die cut out that cute little bow. Oh, Kathleen said you won't regret it. Okay, I know Alicia will be on my team meeting in a little bit, and I'm going to ask her if she bought it. Because I'm sure Alicia and I are really good at doing that to each other where, you know, like the apple set, I ended up loving that apple set, but originally I didn't want it. And then she made a really pretty card with it. And I was like, okay, have to have. I know, Lori, it's just because I don't have one. Oh, yes, Laura did order hers today. Woohoo. It is such a fun one. Okay, we've got Granny Apple Green ink this time. We're just going to stamp some of this evergreen around. I'm stamping it off to the left-hand side, but, you know, just kind of fill in the area. Okay. There's another one. I kind of wanted it to look like it was a Christmas tree, right? I'm going to put that over there. Then there's this cool filler stamp for it, just like the ornaments have. It does not completely fill in the whole area, but it's generally about-ish there, right? I don't know how it would color in the whole area, right, with the tree. But you can see I am stamping it off and then stamping onto the cardstock just to make that Granny Apple Green a little bit lighter. Okay, and then we'll do this final one right there. And I just love how it makes it look fuller. I just love it, which is not hard, right? I love a lot of things. All right, so we have got that. Then let's go ahead. We'll stamp our sentiment real quick. So we're going to use Bows of Jolly. Oh, okay. Lori said I'm making her want it after I made the Seuss comment. Well, I do think it's kind of a Seussy type of set. It just reminds me of Dr. Seuss for some reason. I think like this font does. It reminds me of the Grinch. I don't know why this font does, but it does. And I think you could do a really fun card with maybe with the evergreen, but you could do like the Grinch's hands and then you could string the ornament down. You know what I mean? That's probably going to be like one of my experimental things that I have to try. Okay, but let's go ahead. We're going to assemble. So let me start with my designer series paper. And we'll add some seal to the back here. You know what I'm talking about? It's like that. Yeah, it is the green. I think you're right, Kathleen. Kathleen said it's the green. Yeah, I think you're totally right. And I think Granny Apple Green is a perfect Grinch green. The Grinch is your spirit animal. Oh, that's funny. So my nephew, who is almost 5, he'll be 5 this month. He loves the Grinch. And I remember 2 years ago when he was he was 2, almost 3. On Thanksgiving, he made me watch the new Grinch movie with him. Like the one, I think it came out in maybe 2018. The newest one, not the Jim Carrey one, and then not the old animated one, but you know. And it's actually really good. If you guys haven't seen that one, I think it's my favorite. It's very good, and the music is good, and it's just the animation is good. Like, I liked it a lot, so I had no problem watching The Grinch with him on Thanksgiving. All right, so you can see I've got our pieces all layered up here. We're gonna go ahead and add this guy onto our polished pink layer, and then we'll add dimensionals to the back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll add one in the middle, of course. And peel off these backings. If anybody does make that Grinch hand card, please post it in the group so we can see, or email me because I need to see that. Okay, so we have got that, and then let's go ahead and add some seal to the back of our sentiment. Layer that onto our Granny Apple Green little square here. I love the colors in this card. Okay, so now here's where the fun part comes in, where we're going to do a little bit of fussy cutting, but I promise it's not hard fussy cutting, okay? We are going to first add some liquid glue here to our ornament. Just trying to be light with it, but you know, sometimes it just doesn't want to come out. Okay, come on. All right, so we've got some glue here. I'm going to go ahead and tack this down onto our vellum. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can see that there's vellum there. So we are tacking that down, okay, onto the vellum because I wanted it to be see-through onto the evergreen, but I didn't want it to be so vibrantly see-through because I didn't feel like that was super realistic. So I wanted to add some vellum. So we are going to cut around, and this is where I'm saying it's fussy cutting, but it's not as bad because you can go like use, you know, the pool party ornament as your guide. You don't have to try to cut around it. Well, you do, but you can cut right alongside. Okay. Trim that off. And I'm not being perfect here either because the vellum is see-through. So I think that if it, you know, if you had extra vellum sticking out at one spot or whatever, like you didn't cut a corner perfectly, I don't really think people would notice. So okay, so let's go ahead and just finish that off. And we're not cutting on the inside of the ornament because no way. You guys know me. I would not do that to you because I would not do that to myself. So let's go ahead. We've got that. So then I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to straight up add some seal to the back of my vellum because, again, I've got the ornament that's going to kind of block that. So people aren't going to be able to see the line of seal. Okay. Then we have our cute little bow, and this is the bow that has the string, so it looks like it's hanging. And we'll just add a little bit of glue and stick that down. So I just set it right inside the first little circle right there, right? The hook or the holder or whatever of the ornament. So we've got that. Then we can go ahead and add some dimensionals to the back of our sentiment. And add this down to the corner of our card. And then we're going to bring in our mini glue dots again and one of our Jingle Bell Trinkets. I love these. And you could also have the Grinch hold one of these, Lori. Just a thought. And then we're going to go ahead and add that so it looks like it's hanging off of our jingle or our bell. So bingo. There we go. There's card number 3. What do you guys think of this one? Okay, let me pull in all 3 cards and then I'll decide which one is my favorite. I think I have my answer and it's going to be this one. Yeah, I love all of them. And like I said, I think that you can get so many different kind of scenes or views with this bundle because this one has just those ornaments that are stamped, right? This one uses the die cuts and looks very elegant. I almost said element. And then this one kind of combines the two and it still looks really nice, but not like super formal. So I think that this bundle is just like chef's kiss. Oh, thank you guys all so much. Okay, Kathleen likes the middle one. I was gonna say, but which one is your favorite? Yeah, they are really different, right? Because there's just so much you can do. And like I said, we used in these 3 cards, we used every single stamp except the snowflakes and the smaller evergreen. You could easily put the smaller evergreen in here. You could easily add some snowflakes around. You know, you could for sure. And then we used a bunch of these dies as well. Look at how fun these dies are, right? So super fun set. Again, if you would like this week's class to go, make sure to head over to my online store, shop.stampwithmelissa.com. You can order whatever you want. I don't care. You can get whatever you are in need of. Just make sure to use this host code right here when you check out. Orders of $35 or more before tax and shipping will get you the 6 card kits. So 2 of each of these for free. Orders of $50 or more will also get you the super fun Jingle Bell Trinkets. And when you place your order, you also get a PDF. I don't think I mention that often, but you do get a PDF with instructions and supplies and measurements and all that good stuff too for everyone who orders. Okay. Oh, Alicia said her favorite is the first one, but she loves them all. Well, thanks, Alicia. Okay, so I promised at the beginning that I would show off my stamp camp project. So if you weren't watching at the beginning, I am doing a stamp camp this Friday. On November 4th at 7 p.m. Central Time is the video. And I cut some extra kits. So if you are already registered for Stamp Camp and you want to be surprised with the projects for Friday, you can go ahead and sign off. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on Friday. But for those of you who either are registered for Stamp Camp and still want to see or are not registered for Stamp Camp, I do have some extra kits. I cut some extra kits. So I have 3 more of these is all I have cut and ready to go. They will be shipped on Monday, November 7th. And I'm going to show you what all 10 of the projects look like. Okay. So you make 10 projects, 1 of each, but you do have measurements and extra supplies so you can keep making. And I am not going to go super fast, but I am going to show you the 10 extra projects that we have. I'm sorry, I'm not going to go super slow. This one is a little, there we go. So super duper fun. This is the one that I said inspired yesterday's card. And this one, I didn't make a gift card holder. I just stuck that right down. So super duper fun. I love, love, love these cards. I can't wait. So if you would like to get registered, this is my favorite one, actually. If you would like to get registered for Stamp Camp, please send me an email and I will send you the link to go ahead and join us. It is $69, including the shipment of your kit. They ship on Monday, so you'll have them in plenty of time to go ahead and do all your Christmas crafting. If you would like to join us virtually, which is open to anyone in the world, so the physical kit is only open to those in the US, but the virtual option is open to anybody. That is $30, and it will get you the PDF and the video link as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see Stamp Campers on Friday and the rest of you next week. Bye for now.